Hello, hello, hello. I'm back again. Second live in a day. What am I thinking of? Anyway, eagle-eyed viewers will notice I've changed my shirt. Yes. How's it going? I've just done a live, so I've already told people. If you missed the first live today, then I sort of did a preamble on that one. So on this one, I'm just going to bring on my good friend Sarah.
Ta-da!
Hello.
Bring the loon on.
Welcome to the Sarah Eastwood show.
Hey, thank you, Mark.
Adventures in a blonde actress.
And many other things.
Well, you know, it's great to have you. Have you been on the show? Yeah, you've been on before.
No. Oh,
You've been, yeah, you've been on one of the group chats we had
yes,
last year.
I've been on a group chat with other people.
Because that was about my course, which you were a massive help on.
I hope so. Help, not a hindrance.
Sarah, so I did about 20 hours of videos, and Sarah here had to sit through them and transcribe them. So she's probably sick of my face.
It was the voice, Mark. It was like
the voice is in your head.
Yeah. It was like all I heard was Mark's voice all day long.
Well, there's worse things, Sarah.
Well, exactly. And here I am on my own now. Yay!
Well, you've had an interesting time because you had a juicing business in London.
Yeah, all around London.
What was that? Did you have 11 franchises? Was it? I remember.
No, it was my own chain that I started from scratch because I lived in Australia at the time, and I came back here thinking this was like 2004. Thinking, oh, there's nothing here really, and I wanted people to be healthier, blah blah blah, and so I started my own chain, branded it. I got to 15 bars.
Yeah.
But everything in hindsight, Mark. Everything in hindsight.
I know.
I mean, I trawled around the city of London, getting venture capitalists back in. I mean, if I knew what I knew now, oh my God, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't do half the things. And but hey, everything's a learning journey, isn't it?
Well, we have something. We got a couple of things in common. I set up a big business as well. And everything in hindsight, Sarah, everything in hindsight.
Everything.
And then also at some point in my life, I went, do you know what? I'm going to be an actor. And then you did the same thing, didn't you?
Well, literally, when everything went to shit, Mark, and during I think for a lot of people that I've come across in our kind of field of awakening and all that stuff, 2007, 2008, 2009 seems to be quite a pivotal moment for people. I mean, that's when I lost my business. I was literally, my life went to proper shit. And it was one of those moments where it was like, right, I have nothing. I felt so much guilt, so much shame. It was a struggle to get through every day. I was single mum, I was broke, I was bankrupt. I felt like the hugest failure. But it's that thing that keeps you going. I mean, my daughter kept me going because I was in such a dark place. I mean, I know that you've experienced that as well, but Poppy was the baby, and I was like, right, you've got to keep going, Sarah. And so it was that moment. I don't know what it was, whether you can say it was like something constant. I mean, I think I had to be banged over the head quite a lot to kind of get stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I've used that analogy before. I said it was like God got one of those giant cods and was just smacking me around the face until I eventually went, oh, fuck, okay.
Right. And do you know what? I think I'm quite with it. But I mean, I must have been like Thicky from Thicksville. Do you know what I mean? It was like these constant. Now, again, in everything in hindsight, I mean, everything was there. And it was one of those moments. It was like, right, you either change what's going on in here or you check out. And because everything I was trying in the external world, and I tried so hard, I mean, so fucking hard to do stuff and make everything right for other people a lot of the time, because I put myself last, and my self-esteem was like non-existent. And it was like, everything I tried was a struggle. Everything was hard. And then there's just, like you say, whether it was a voice or something, it's just like, you've got to start changing the inside. And I met a lady, and she was so bright and so vibrant, and she's like, wasn't stressed. And I was like, oh my God, what do you do? And she just recommended one book to me. And that kind of set me on a slightly different path. And the more I went down that path.
What was that? What was that? The Kama Sutra?
How did you know? No, it was one of the Abraham Hicks books.
Oh, I just talked about them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because they've been promoting this.
Oh, really? So that was the first book, and I was like that because I'd read all the, I'd read The Secret, I'd read The Celestine.
I just talked about that. Did you miss my last live?
Yes, I did. Oh, I'm so shit. No, I'm not.
Hey, no, you are not allowed to say that. You've got to watch what you say about yourself.
I know. And you know what? That is my thing. That is what I'm helping people do, is to recognize the power of their words and their thoughts and their emotions. But that was that book. And yeah, I'd read The Secret, I'd read The Celestine Prophecy and all, and I'd been aware of things. And like a lot of people that you've spoken to, Mark, when you're younger, everything is so much clearer. And then as you go through your life, it's like you accumulate so much shit and crap. And I think I said in one of my other videos, everyone is a bright light, and we all wear different lampshades, and they're all different colors and look differently. And then throughout life, we just accumulate so much shit on them all the time from various things. And I think it's our job to keep polishing and clearing and cleaning so our light can shine through all the time. But by the time I'd got to this point in my life, my lampshade, it was a shit shade, to be honest.
Ladies and gentlemen, this show is going for the record number of times somebody can say the word shit.
But it was, and I had no idea who I was anymore. All my identity was placed on stuff in the outside world. I placed so much value on my business and what that was, and how that, that was me. At the time, I had no purpose. I had literally nothing. So it was one of those moments. I was like, right, I got to start doing stuff on the inside. And you know what? Because I was drinking heavily at the time, because I wanted to numb out all the crap. And that has been a constant struggle for me. And alcohol in my childhood was a hugely negative thing. With the people around me. So that weighed on me, and I felt like I was in this loop and this cycle of darkness, really.
Like Groundhog Day.
It was Groundhog Day, and I didn't want to wake up. It got to the point where I just did not want to wake up in the morning because I couldn't face the shit. And I was too ashamed, Mark, to speak to anybody. I didn't know. Now, there's like a pool of healers, isn't there, around us? And, I could go, but there was nothing. I knew nothing about that kind of world. I was desperate to change, and I just didn't know how. And I was too ashamed to talk to anybody. And then I came across EFT, so Emotional Freedom Technique, or tapping. And I knew it was something you could do on yourself.
Let's do a bit.
Yeah, so this is a tapping point. So literally, Mark, I spent hours, I'm talking hours, tapping like a mofo, like everything I could do. So yeah, it's good when you're actually feeling stuff.
That's nice.
In the moment. And here.
Yeah.
And then the side of your eye.
Hang on.
These are all your meridian points, by the way.
Oh, but I've got a little technique here, right? This is not tapping, but here, where your muscle comes in to the V shape here. Yeah. Just squeeze there.
Yeah.
Do it on both sides.
My extreme muscles.
Your extreme muscles. This is really powerful. I was taught this by Stephen, the Barefoot Doctor.
Yeah.
You ever read any of his books?
I've kind of skimmed through.
And then just behind the ear, here.
Yeah.
Squeeze here.
Yeah.
That's a good one, right? The base of the skull.
Yeah. That's really tender.
Yeah, and then and then here on the sides.
Yeah.
And what this does is it increases your psychic abilities.
Yeah. Well, we need that at the moment, that's for sure. Jesus.
It's really anyway, you got the tap in, and then
I was literally, I mean, if I could, I'd probably bruise myself the amount of fucking tapping. I was like that. Tap, tap, tap. And then the more that came out, the more that came out. And it's like we say, you know, you start peeling back and you start understanding more about your subconscious and the programming and the conditioning. And then, of course, over the last few years, we've really understood about what the programming and the conditioning is all about. And things just I became clearer on stuff. And at the same time, that's when I was meditating one day and I was like, I'd forgot it literally was that. And I'd forgotten that when I was younger, I mean, I've always done singing. So I sing in bands. But it was to be an actor. And I was like, oh my fucking God, how could I have forgotten that? And I was like, right, I've got to train. I've got to train to be an actor. And I couldn't do the lovey-dovey theatre stuff, you know.
this is I was talking about this earlier as well. This is like
Am I just repeating everything?
No, it's like looking in a mirror where I'm a really fit blonde.
Oh, bless you, Mark. Bless you. Do you know what? I was so shit scared, Mark. I was so shit scared. But I found I couldn't do that kind of training. And I was so nervous because I never felt I was good enough at anything. But I found this intensive method acting course that was all around the subconscious, all to do with your neural pathways. And so I launched myself into that, and I was diligent. I mean, I do question some of the method trainings now, knowing what I know. I'd love to know more. I'd love to chat more about that, because some of the exercises we did are quite ritualistic.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that most of Hollywood's elite are method trained.
Mm-hmm.
But I was more interested in the subconscious stuff, you know, that part of it.
So hang on, were you doing the method, Stanislavski?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, more kind of Lee Strasberg. So he took Stanislavski and kind of developed it more into what they called the studio that was in New York, that all the kind of, you know, A-list, all the...
De Niro, Nicholson.
De Niro, yeah, all of them did the same training that I did. And, you know, a lot of people...
It's probably a MK Ultra, you know.
It trains, I mean, the way I understood it was it trains your neural pathways in a different way, and it trains your senses to become hypersensitive. So you can recall emotion, authentic emotion on demand through your senses subconsciously. Because, of course, when you're trying to do something, it becomes conscious, it becomes shit. On screen. So I did that. At the same time, I was training as an EFT practitioner. At the same time as that, I was like, right, if I'm going to go into one of the bloody hardest industries, and now I know, obviously, what it is. That was another blow, wasn't it? Oh, God, how could I join the darkness? Not the band. Sorry. I can't take life seriously or myself seriously much anymore. But I was like, right, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to learn how to use law of attraction. I tell you what, I'll just become a law of attraction coach at the same time. So I did that for a year and a half too. So I used to get up in the middle of the night to attend my live classes. I used to think, am I a bloody loon? Because I would be sat there and they were talking about energy and, you know, and everything that we know now, you know, the power of your thoughts, emotions, words, blah, blah, blah. And I would be thinking, am I a total loon? Because none of my friends or the people around me, they weren't in that world. It was literally like I was stepping into a different reality.
Yeah.
And that's how it kind of went on. But the more I cleared, Mark. And then it was...
And you became pretty successful. You know, you're an award-winning actress. And I've seen you sing. You're a bloody good singer.
Yeah, it was like... things just started, the things that I naturally love doing. People talk about being in this flow, and it started being like that. But I was still self-sabotaging in so many different ways. And I learned loads of other different healing things too. But I was still drinking, and that really pissed me off, because especially doing acting, you have to be up early for set, it's full on. Acting is, especially my level acting, it's, this, Mark, it's so not glamorous. It's such long hours. It's the opposite of what people think it actually is.
Do you want to see some? Do you want to see some really bad acting?
Go on then.
Let's have a look at this.
You're going to start like,
look, who's that there? Let's watch a bit. Oh, bloody adverts!
Best off YouTube.
Go away. I should
start doing an accent, but I'll get told off for doing accents.
Did you
hear your act?
Look, who's that fat bastard?
That doesn't even look like you.
That's me. I'm going to see me falling off the chair here, because I did this about 7 times. This was method acting.
100 million sperm.
Watch this.
I'll feel it, shall I?
You were the quickest. There's no justice, is there?
At least I'm funny. I said at least.
I heard you, son. I'm just sorry. You're going to save you better later on for blowing up your girlfriend. You lot make me sick. You think you know it all, don't you? You don't. And there's a knock at the door. Why do dogs always think it's for them? What exactly did Hewitt have?
Styles.
Well, they can hear them, wasn't it? Laughter. It's not coincidence that when I finish talking, they laugh.
Look at that. That's method acting.
That's a look, Mark, isn't it?
That is.
You should have that as your profile pic.
It should. Look, yeah, that was fun. I got it was only 1 day's filming, but there's a scene in that. Should find it actually. There's a scene in that which got repeated every year on Channel 4's Best Comedy Moments for about 10 years.
Were you in it?
Yeah, it was me and Peter Kay. It was mad. Here it is. Hang on, I'll just pull this up.
I've just found out another short film I did. It was part of this collaboration, and it's all in the cinemas this weekend.
Well, that's cool. We'll go into that in a minute.
Refund. Kenny, you best making my bed up.
I want my money back.
I want a moonwalk, son, but life's a shit house. Out.
That's the scene. That line. It's funny.
Sets are very odd places, though. I've been on big sets. I'm not saying it to net, because I don't give a shit. Should I say shit again? Should be like shitometer in the corner, shouldn't it? Bing!
Yeah.
She says shit again.
Yep, about 476 times.
Yeah. There's a very funny energy on set. And when I was naive to it, it's a very intense energy. And I used to think, it's because everyone's focused on doing the same thing. That energy is like a creative energy. But now on the bigger sets, I'm thinking with probably some of the toppest named people in Hollywood. And it's a very odd space to be in.
Yeah, it is. I got an email early on when I started this show from a scriptwriter in Hollywood who said they had this film ready to go with Sony Pictures. I think it was like $50 million budget, and she said it got cancelled, postponed, and she said, now I know what I know. I don't ever want to work with those people again. And would you be in my film? And I was like, yeah, sure. I've not heard from her for a while, but that'd be cool. Because one of the things we talked about over the last couple of years off air has been, how woke the whole business got, and you couldn't get a job because you didn't do this, and so you found yourself
no jibba
jabba. But they all did it. And they all promoted it, and all the actors promote it. All the actors. I was gutted when I saw Michael Caine.
Oh, do you know what, Mark?
Go and get your bloody jab.
Oh.
And he got, they all got paid something like 86,000 quid to do that.
Oh, do you know, it was. I know there's been lots of things over the last few years, hasn't there? God, but I just, I poured my heart and soul again into doing acting, and I love acting. I love it. And when I started finding out about I was like that, oh my Lord. It's so disappointing. It's like, and then you realize what they are and what they, it's just like, and
But
I
it was
find
always there. It was always there. It was hidden in plain sight. Do you remember the film Bedazzled with Peter Cook and Dudley Moore?
yes,
What was that all about?
I know.
You know?
And you look at all of them though, Mark, and when you watch them with new eyes, it's obvious in so many films. I watched the remake of Annie with my daughter the other month, and
Nobody should ever remake that bloody awful musical.
but it couldn't be more. And they say we hide everything in plain sight. They said those words in it. I was like that. I find it very difficult to watch things.
I do. Yeah, I mean, I do force myself to watch. I mean, I was having this conversation yesterday with my camera guys, and one of them was saying about the new Kenobi series, and he said, but it's not Star Wars. It's completely awful, but I'm still going to watch it. And I was like, well, why are you watching? Why are we giving? Why do we keep voting for them? You know, why do we keep giving them our dollars? You know, everybody should unsubscribe from Disney.
And
Everybody.
It's our energy.
I know they're siphoning it, and you know
It is, and it's I mean, touch wood. I don't know. I've still got my agent. I've got an amazing agent still, and when they were contacting me saying, "Oh no, this job, that job," and I couldn't get anything because I wouldn't do the jibby jabby. And also, I had my Twitter account banned because I was saying what I felt, and no one else was saying anything. And I felt really quite isolated. I mean, I guess like a lot of us. And I said to people, because the people that, that are awake, I said, look, I would do it because I know that there will be a time where there will be a lot of deprogramming going on, and I want to do stories that are inspiring. I want to do stories of truth, and use like my gifts in that way to help people. So that's why I'm kind of still in it, even though, Mark, I had an audition for a BBC show the other day.
So, seriously, the BBC needs to be burnt down.
Oh, doesn't it? I said, so don't trawl out my old Twitter account where my hashtag defund the BBC.
Yeah. No, that'd be like this. Yes, Sarah, very interesting. Could you just talk to us about this Instagram post that you did in 2020?
Yeah, like that.
Before we decide to employ you with taxpayers' money.
No, I know. It's just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't turn the TV on anymore,
No.
I'm like you. I watch the occasional film that I'm interested in.
Well, there have been some white hat movies, right? And definitely good things going on. The new, I don't know how they did it, but Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick is a bloody good film, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. That's who I was on set with, Mark.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I kind of met him once, but and he was married to Nicole Kidman, whose dad was a famous Satanist. It's all very, very, and he's in the, what do you call it? But what was interesting about that film is that it was delayed by 3 years or something. And so, like, the Bond film was delayed by a couple of years, and I think there's some shenanigans gone on in the background. I mean, they showed us last year where the whole world was shown how easy it is to deep fake Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And I just wonder whether they're deep faking all of them, because I mean, it's like Tom Hanks appeared recently. We all know he was taken out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he did that horrible tweet about Isaac Cappy, and evil man. But they're still pretending that they're there. And this is so interesting, isn't it?
It is. And I very rarely, listen, watch, see anything these days. So I have very little awareness of what's actually going on in the industry. I just hope, pray, because I'm still, I don't think you said it loads of times. You know, I partake in the old world and the structure of the old world. Yeah, I'm in this new reality as well. And I just hope when I'm in the old world and people are still idolizing people, this is the thing that gets me. It's like, and this is a part of, you know, the whole journey I had to go on was understanding that, you know, placing all your attention, energy, value on all that stuff out there all the time and people and these people, and it's just so, yeah, and that everything is within us, as we keep on bloody saying.
Oh, why are you going for auditions if you know how bad they are?
Because I, like you, I know there are good people,
Yeah,
as well, and I know not everyone in the chain is, you know, part of it. I mean, I love independent stuff. That's my thing. I love being on independent film sets where there is that really good energy of everybody collaborating together. And that is where I get my, but I still, like you, have to believe that there is something going on that is changing, whether we're seeing it, you know, in the outside world or not. So I still, do you know what I am, Mark? I'm ever the optimist.
yeah. Well, me too. You know,
I just always believe there's good happening as well. So, but I mean, if I got to the stage where I was in front of someone and I got weird feelings from them, or I didn't agree with what I was doing, then no, I wouldn't. Absolutely not.
You know, I did an interview with Kent Dunn a few months ago, and he said there's only actually 100 million people on Earth, actual human beings, and I'm really starting to believe that now because I think, you know, what's the name? The background people, the non-player characters, that concept. I think, you know, this is a matrix, and most people on this planet are not actually people. I think they are actually just AI constructs to keep us in the Truman Show.
Yeah, well, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the fascinating thing I find about all the films is the elements of truth in all of them. I mean, it's mind blowing, isn't it?
It is gobsmacking. Sorry, my daughter's just ringing me.
Dad,
where are you? I'm on the internet, love.
Really? Again?
She was in the car yesterday, and I said, just watch this, and she watched it, and she was going, oh, I can't watch it. So cringy. Kids watching their mum and dad.
Well, how do you find watching yourself on screen?
I don't give a shit. I literally don't care. I don't care what the only reason I get washed even is just for the sake of other people.
Is that we should all feel privileged that you're sweet smelling, Mark.
Well, that's the thing. You know, 2 years of not meeting anybody meant I didn't matter, did it? But you know, you don't want to get into that as a bad habit. I realise.
So funny.
But I'm fine. I got over the, you know, on my course when I was teaching people to go on screen, and you know, and it's easy for people like me and you because we've done a lot of it, but
I had to work on that, Mark.
That's what I was about to say.
Physically shake when I used to be in front of people.
I mean, look, I showed that clip of me there, the fattest, oldest student ever in Phoenix Nights, and the only reason I got that part is because I knew him a little bit, and you know, and I look at that and I cringe, and I'm like, oh, that was my fat period. I didn't, you know, I put on loads of weight at that particular time, and it's not very nice. But then again, I don't give a shit because you just have to just not, you know. I think the key to life is just letting it all go and not caring.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I look at a lot of work on that, though.
I look at other truthers, right, who've all got perfect teeth, and every time I look at myself, I'm like, I really need to get this sorted, and you know. But nobody's ever moaned about my teeth. I mean, there's probably a few Americans that want to because I've got Austin Powers English bad teeth, you know. But I'm 53, you know. This mouth's seen a lot of action. You know? I mean,
even
by
gonna
that I
go
mean
there.
coffee, wine, cigarettes.
I said this morning to my friend, I was like that. Oh my God, the abuse I put my body through, though. I just say, because we're not dissimilar in age, Mark.
Well, you're obviously younger than me.
Not by much, though. It was my big 5-0 this year.
Well, doing good, looking good.
But the amount of, again, the words having power, and the words, what we say to ourselves on a daily basis.
This is key. It's key.
It's absolutely key. And I was the biggest, biggest self-beater of everything, always.
I was the biggest self-beater when I was. Anyway, sorry. You can tell where love is because we love dirty jokes.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is, though, Mark? Do you know what I want to do? I want to do the non-politically correct show.
Well, let's do it. I'll do that all day long.
Like everything that's going to totally trigger the easily offended brigade.
Oh God, I wish
they'd
go away.
You can't say that. Oh, you can't say that. It's like bollocks.
I've actually gone back to watching people like Jim Davidson and gone, actually, this guy's really funny. They just told us that he wasn't funny anymore, and shows like a low and.
This is what we've said, though. The humour part of stuff it's just been slowly squashed out of everyone, hasn't it? And I think I said to you even about all the new age stuff, This is where I came from when I started reading all the stuff, and I read bloody everything, Mark. I did bloody every course going. I read every book going. As I was like this, right, I must absorb as much of this as possible.
Yeah.
Now I look back at all of that and I question, when the stuff happened, do you know what I did to every book? Got rid of everything in my house, everything. Because I couldn't trust that stuff either. And some of it was so bloody serious all the time. And I was like, I can't. It's like the light-heartedness, the light in your heart. The light-heartedness has just been bloody squashed out of every single thing.
When was the last a funny movie?
I can't even remember. I don't know.
It's a hard question, isn't it? I asked somebody this last week.
I mean, I always say little snippets from movies all the time. I always have the little, I like stupid things.
So do I.
Really silly humour.
Yeah. Does your dog bite? No. I've done this too many times. I thought you said your dog did not bite. That is not my dog.
Every time I put on a cardigan, I go, pull over. It's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Yeah, I want gags like that. Gags like that.
But
you know what I realised the other day? I was looking at the Harry Enfield television programme because I loved Smashy and Nicey, right, back in the day. Not off. On the 22nd of Nov, 93, an event was to happen of such earth-shattering proportions, it was to shatter the earth to its very proportions. I loved Smash, and I was watching it, and I was like, oh my God, it just dawned on me that all TV comedy is programming. That's why they call it programs. Literally, all the characters and all the sketch shows are designed to reinforce stereotypes. Catherine Tate, Harry Enfield, Paul White, all of them. A few good guys sneaked in, but it was all programming, and it's all directed from above, and it's all MK Ultra. It's all mind control, and even the comedy, especially the comedy.
Well, I always think if you can catch someone in an emotional state, whether it's one of fear, sadness, or joy, you've got hooks into people, haven't you? Because that's where you remember stuff when you're in a highly emotional state. Hence, trauma being such a biggie for everybody. So
yeah, but I mean, I think they've literally destroyed comedy for what you just said. Same reason. It's just to keep that frequency down.
Oh, massively.
Yeah,
and
they've made us feel guilty about laughing about stuff. I mean, I all through my kids' childhood, I do impressions of Indians, Australians, and they go, "Dad, that's racist," and I go, and I only did the impressions. I'd be like, "Cash only, no VAT." Okay, and then they'd be like, "That's racist," and I go, "No, it isn't." And now we can have the conversation about why that's because it's been like fighting this woke
know.
Like tide. It's like being King
Oh.
Khalifa trying to push back the fucking sea. Oh,
There is nothing better than an Indian accent. I'm sorry. But I do
No.
it all the time when people say,
me and Alpha do it. I ring Alpha up, and she puts on her mum's voice, and then I come back on it. It's great. It's hilarious.
I mean, so if I do an American accent, am I being Americanist or something?
Well, look, taking the piss is critical
Exactly.
to your mental health.
Yes. But this is what's missing, Mark. The laughter, but it's the eggshell treading, everyone's doing. And that's such an energy pissing drain all the time when you're having to, with everything that's gone on as well, you have to monitor this, tread on eggshells about that. I'm like, oh, bollocks. Do you know what? Bollocks to it.
I mean, you've only got to look around the world and realise that God's got a sense of humour, firstly. Right? What a sense of humour. I mean, for fuck's sake. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend that everybody's going to die from this made up thing that doesn't exist, and then I'm going to see who's stupid enough to go and get this in it, because I'm going to put shit in it that's going to kill them. What a sense of humour! That's probably it. Oh.
It's crazy town, Mark. Crazy town.
It really is.
I know.
It literally is.
But bring back the humour.
Yeah.
That is the thing that is definitely missing. So yeah, start making some content. I'll be there in your studio and doing.
Yeah, I've decided to build a studio. I'm going to build a studio, and I'm going to do stuff. Just because I really enjoy it. And what I've loved about this period is that you don't need permission from anybody.
No.
You don't need.
No.
You don't need the BBC to tell you that you're talented. You don't need your friends and family to. You just do it.
Yeah.
If you've got it in your heart, just follow that and do it.
Absolutely, 100,000,000%. I know you can't get that, but if there was such a thing, absolutely that amount. And it's one of my things was always being self-doubt. Everyone is always better than me. I'm not good enough, blah, de, blah, de, blah. And especially in that industry where it is, like you're saying, so-and-so says you're good enough to get an audition. So-and says you're good enough, so you're cast. So-and says you're good enough, you get an award. It's absolute bollocks. Again, all the validation that people are wanting from the outside all the time. And you're right, if it's in your heart and you love it and you radiate outwards, that's my thing. What did I hear the other day? And I loved it. It's not what you're attracting to you, it's what you're radiating outwards the whole time. So
yeah,
I like that. And the things that you radiate from you just radiate the same resonancy as everything else. You radiate from your heart. So when you're doing that, I just believe that is that's it.
Well, there was a
quote. Everything should be simple as well, Mark. Everything's so pissing overcomplicated.
Yeah, I know. There was a quote on my Telegram chat this morning from somebody called Cosmic. Which I wrote down because I liked it. Learn to love yourself, and the rest will follow.
Self-love is for me I know, when I first heard of that, because obviously, in America it's very, you gotta love yourself and but here's self-love. And I always thought that was, when you're younger, I was always told to stop showing off.
We all get
stop showing off. Stop showing off. Stop. I was like, no, I'm just being me. I just want to be like, this is me. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, they call me when I'm on stage and I'm singing and I'm just in my little zone of Sarah happiness and I'm doing the thing I'm loving. They say you're like a bloody Duracell bunny. Because I'm just la 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 la. But when I was younger, it's like, shut the fuck up, stop showing off.
Get back in your box.
Get back in your box. And so what was I saying? See, go off on my tangents. Totally lose my track.
No, when I first did a stand-up gig, the girl that I live with was like, "What's he doing that for? Who does he think he is?"
Wales.
That was Birmingham. If it was Welsh, I'd have to ask, "Isn't it?" at the end, but I didn't this time. It's not that either. I know what you're doing there. I know what you're doing. But yeah, it's just like people, they can't wait to put you down.
I know.
Because it's them that they're reflecting. They're just jealous. They're pissed off that who do you think you are?
Yeah. Well,
Who
that
do you
was,
think you are?
yeah.
And I've had that my entire life. Every single thing I've ever done in my life. Just the crowd. It's like the crowd of people just turn up to go, well, that's going to fail. What are you doing that for? Well, because I want to do it. You're going to fail. Am I? Fuck off.
Everything's a projection from everything else.
No, this is what I'm working out, but because it's the AI. The AI literally comes through people and tries to stop you doing things.
Ooh.
And there's nothing that pisses me off more than somebody telling me what to do.
That's like a little bit of Michael Caine there.
There's nothing that pisses me off more. The people telling me what to do.
I fucking hate it. I think that's why I rebelled so much about everything. I hate being told what people genuinely hate being told what to do.
Well, people let these people stop them doing things, right? I mean, how many people have I met that have just, towed the line just to keep, not to cause a fuss, and have got this self-doubt and I wrote a blog post about, I don't know, 10 years ago called Step Into the Void, because every decision I've ever made in my, I've made a lot of stupid decisions, but
you and me both. I made the shittest of shit decisions, Mark.
Yeah. No, I can beat you on that. Yeah, but Shitsville.
Shitfordshire.
Shitfordshire in Shitland.
Shit on time.
In the shittyverse. Oh Jesus, where was I? Yeah, but all the good things that have happened out of my life have been when I've been afraid, and I couldn't see, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
How am I going to earn a living? What am I going to do? Like moving country or leaving the Air Force, or deciding to be an actor. Or getting up on a stage and thinking you can make people laugh.
Yeah.
These are all.
That to me is my. I mean, hats off to anyone that can do that, because that is, I think I make people laugh unintentionally, maybe laughing at me, but to try and get up and intentionally try and make people laugh, that's the fear zone for me. Yeah,
I mean, it is, but that adrenaline, I don't know, I'm kind of addicted to it.
But the thing is, though, Mark, if we weren't so pissing messed with and manipulated and programmed, and we could trust more in ourselves, trust in our guidance, trust in a power that is, within us, around us, that we can tell. If we knew that shit, none of that fear, it would be more of an excitement and, and an anticipation about good stuff rather than this conditioned, don't step outside your box. But you're so right. When you take the leap of faith doing things, that's when the good stuff happens.
Well, I'm going to use that to segue to this.
Ooh, what we segueing to, Mark? Oh!
Yeah. So this is what you've been working on, isn't it?
Oh, do you know what?
If there's a link for this in the description below the video, but Sarah's been very busy.
Very busy, very, very busy.
I like this headline. Read it out for us.
Well, the reason is because that was me. I was, when I understood stuff a bit more, I was always, again, trying to get outside stuff all the time. Oh, I need this, I need that, I need to do this, I need that, I need that, I need this, I need this. And I was the spiritual self-help addict.
Yeah, I think a lot of people watching this probably resonate with that. I
was as well. Don't get me wrong, I learned a lot of stuff. But then again, when it came to the questioning time of everything, like I said, I put everything in, I just cleared the whole lot. And that's when, you know, when we say about having to sit with ourselves, I had to tune in to what felt good to me and what didn't feel good to me. And so yeah, and I've just learned, again, simple, Mark, simple. So all this stuff, when I had to clear my crap, that's how I like to put it. I had a lot of crap. I had a very dirty lampshade. There were so many, again, serious stuff, very complicated stuff. And then you can go into all the different types of therapies. And I love all the different healing modalities. And I just decided to blend the bits together that I'd used that worked for me. And some of them, especially around, you know, I was clearing a lot of crap and things were going well. Like you said, I was winning awards and I was getting more work. And literally I'd signed a film contract just before the shit happened, which would have been amazing, but didn't happen. But now in hindsight, don't give a shit. Shit again.
474.
You know, there was a time where I was still drinking, and it used to annoy me so much, but I just used simple techniques that seemed to work instantly. And my biggest thing, Mark, was, you know, everything happens in the moment anyway.
Yeah.
Everything is now on various wherevers. Doing the stuff in the moment was the most effective thing that I could do. And I started massively transforming, because even then I was still people pleasing. I was still scared of so many things. I still had massive self-doubt. I still had all these things, you know, I was still running the old repetitive thought patterns, you know, the shit cycles in your head. But yeah, I decided to do my own blends of things. And it was literally like, I could feel something about something one day. I could do some stuff. And it was like I started breaking the cycles. And I started really doing massive change. And I did it on my own. This was a thing as well. Like I said before, I was so ashamed of a lot of my stuff. I couldn't talk to people. So I just decided that, okay, doing law of attraction is one thing. And that's what I trained as a coach in. Okay. And I love law of attraction stuff. I love the fact that you can create your own reality. I love that so much. And I think that's becoming so much more, at the time, you know, when I was learning it all, it was still a bit out there, but I think that is becoming more of our, you know, people want to start learning how to do that. And it's all about energy, all about focus, all about attention. But it just becomes harder to do when you're carrying around a load of crap still. Yeah. Because you for so many different reasons, your vibration is lower, blah, 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 blah. You're still on these old loops. You still got the old crap you're lugging around. So my thing was, right, I know I have all this stuff that I've learned, and I just wanted to put it together to make it simple for people to do. You know, we say this is the time for doing the inner work. Yeah. So this is literally like a roadmap for doing the inner work in the most simplistic way I can make it. So you clear your crap, and then there's a set sequence it goes in as well. You know, awareness is foundations. You know, there's lots of foundations in there. The self-love's in there, all that kind of stuff. But clearing the crap so you can start using what I call your superpowers, which for me, my superpowers was my sensitivity and my...
Not your internet, obviously.
I reckon for the majority of my adult life, Mark, I reckon I had numbed myself out.
I think a lot of people have.
Emotionally and everything, you know, in order to cope with stuff, in order to just get through this world. I was so disconnected from myself and my own guidance. And again, you start relying on other people telling you what to do all the pissing time. So.
With the pissing dam.
Oh, the pissing time.
I was just pissing there.
So I just thought, right, I'm going to do something that's going to help people. I just want to help people. I don't care whether it's, you know, like I say, new age bullshit. Okay. All this, just focus on this and everything could be all right. No, this is the time for addressing the trauma, the shit. Clear your shit up. It makes things so much easier. And the clearing of the shit doesn't have to be that difficult either, or complicated, or that traumatic. So I'm giving as many tools as I can that I've used and to help people do that so they can trust in their own intuition, follow their own guidance, start doing that inner stuff. So then you are radiating from the inside out. Your guidance is so much clearer. You can start becoming psychic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I've done, Mark. That's what I've been doing.
Well done.
Thanks. As well as lots of singing. I'm in like 4 bands at the moment.
Wow.
I know.
What kind of gigs are you getting?
Various.
Wedding,
So
bar mitzvahs, funerals.
I'm gigging every weekend at the moment. So this weekend is a private party. Last weekend was a social club. Weekend before that was a working men's club.
Oh, are they still going?
Yes.
I grew up in working men's clubs.
And then I got
I had
invited.
my first Guinness at the age of 4 in Spencer's Working Men's Club in Northampton.
There you go. Yeah, they're still going. They have a lot of live music, though. Tell you that.
Well, listen, it's so important.
Oh,
I just went to see Johnny Rotten the other week in Dublin.
how was that?
It was fantastic. And Gavin's energy. It took me 45
I bet the energy
years.
there was amazing, wasn't it?
It was good. It was just great to see. It just took me 45 years to see him, but I'm going to go see Madness soon.
That's my baggy trousers.
I first saw them in 1980, Bingley Hall, Birmingham. Was it Bingley Hall, Birmingham? I think it was. Yeah. You know, get out. Everybody's got to get out, and live music is great.
Oh, live music! I just, you know, and again, it's the energy that's created when you're live gigs. You know,
Like it.
It comes from, you know, I just feel it's like that cycle. You know, people, and just to see people enjoying themselves and dancing and just having a good time. It was so funny because I mean, the difference in gigs. I did this really ropey pub.
I've done a few of them.
But I'll tell you what, Mark, right? From the very first note and word that was sung, the whole pub was singing along, dancing, best vibe ever. Honestly, it was just like having a massive house party in a pub, and we just happened to be singing along with them. And then the contrast was the week later, we did a private function in a very stately home for a ball, you know. Oh my God, stiffness everywhere, you know, and, you know, the occasional bit of formal dancing going on. It was so funny, funny. Yeah. And, you know, it's, but live music for me is just,
Well, are you going to come and gig in Ireland?
Do you know what? It would be amazing. They love live music there, don't they? I'm saying that's a generalisation, do they?
Yeah. There's not, you know, this place has been deprived of it in the last couple of years. I was quite amazed at the, you know, how they took it. But yeah, I mean, when it's changed though. I mean, I came here 20 years ago and the pubs were rammed with people and live music, and now they're not. It's not saying none of it goes on. It's just massively reduced compared to what it used to be.
Yeah. But again, I'm so super optimistic, Mark. I have to say, I have noticed a massive increase in bookings for bands everywhere.
Great.
And a lot of, you know, there's a lot of live music going on at the moment, which is good. And it's good to see. I mean, I work with some amazing musicians, Mark, you know, that have been doing their craft or whatever you want to call it for bloody years, you know. They are so good at what they do. And then you watch the manufactured, you know,
Crap.
shit,
Yep.
crap, and with the puppets.
Ugh. Simon Cowell should be taken out.
Isn't he already?
I think he is, but I'm not going to say what I was going to say because you know, I don't actually agree with violence of any kind. I can't even watch normal shows on TV because of the violence. I just can't do it. But and I'm not advocating it unless they're a paedophile. Then yeah, not that I'm saying anything outside of Cowell. But and listen, I'm going to wrap it up. If people go to that link that's on screen and in the description, what are you giving them?
Well, they will go through and they will just see. They're going to get more. I must see. That's the thing. I think I need to rein it in. I'm like, oh, bollocks! I can't.
No. Just be yourself.
Basically, I'm working with people at the moment to take them through this course. So there is a video there. They can watch a video, and then people can book a call with me because, again, very selective about what I'm watching, what I'm consuming. I'm selective about people that I'm working with as well at the moment and everything I'm doing. So they can book a call with me, we can have a chat, and then we can see where we can go from there and see whether or not my stuff is
boundaries. We've all got to have boundaries and frequency matching. And,
yes,
if it's
absolutely.
For you, it's for you, and if it's not, it's not.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mark. It's so lovely to talk to you.
That's great to speak to you. Thanks for coming on. Really lovely to see you. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, great. You too. You're amazing. And you like scrub up well.
I'm blushing.
And you're an awesome actor too.
I'm a fuck.
But we need to do funny shows, Mark. Let's do it.
Funny shows.
Not funny fucker.
Right, gotta go. See you later. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.